Dear God. Football, eh? Just when you think you've cracked the code, you quite haven't. Welcome to a later edition of the post-game show and play ratings. Thank you for joining, and here we go.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a live edition of the Highbury Squad. Impromptu. Wasn't going to do a post-game today, but just felt compelled to. I was on TalkSport 2 for a couple hours, talking all things football. Super Kev returns on Monday. This will be nice and short and swift and sweet. And then, that was the plan, until Tottenham beat Manchester City. I saw that coming. Who didn't see that coming? Manchester City had one job to do. This is why I keep telling people it's not over. It's not over till the fat referee blows the whistle. It's not over till the fat lady sings. It's not over, people. It's never over until the end. Man City would do a loss, let's be honest. And this is why I say of all the managers involved in that top four battle, Ralph Ragnick's not been here before, despite his experience as a tactician and a director of football. David Moyes, the last time he was here was a very long time ago with Everton. Mikel Arteta has finished 8th, hasn't been here before in terms of a top four battle. But the one manager who has been here before, people, is Antonio Conte. That's right. This was a huge result today. They screw up all of their easy games and their games in hand, and they go beat City. City are insane, but Spurs are their bogey team. It's incredible. Such a talented side, and yet they can never beat Tottenham. And it actually started in the Harry Redknapp days. This is not just new. And say what you want about Harry Kane, but my God, he came through today, didn't he? Good evening, everyone. Addy, Squaddies, welcome to the show. Thank God we won. Oh, my God. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, God. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I know we let in a late goal, but my God. How do they... Exactly, Jenny. Good evening to all the usual suspects in the house. Hit the like button on the way in if you love the fact that we won today. I know, Matty K, just when you need... Come on, City. Seriously, man. What the heck? Here's the point, right? Today, we relied on our Hale End. All hail the Hale End, right? And what Spurs had today was Son and Kane. Without those two, that team, garbage. Unbelievable. Wow. It's not over, guys. It is not over. Reggie, 100%. It's only right that we have to earn top four through our own efforts. We cannot rely on other results. This is 100% correct. Hale End boys, 100%. Hale End heroes, yes. How can Spurs be your bogey team? For City. Crazy. Kulusevski was good. I know some people have poo-pooed this signing, but he did good today. He came good. Son and Kane, I like went, yes. They're quality players, you guys. These two can change a game on a whim, and they did today. And you know what? Pep's a bit arrogant. Listen, he's a great coach. But when you need to shore things up, right? When you need to just not concede a goal on the break. Holy cow. Just sometimes batten down the hatches, man. Get a result. Liverpool fans must be drinking wild in those pubs on Merseyside tonight. Holy. It's amazing. He doesn't have a plan B. That's why he hasn't won the Champions League with City yet. That semi-final, square peg, round holes. Final against, oh my God, I'm losing my marbles. Who was it? Not Liverpool. The final that they were in. Was it last year? Square pegs, round holes. That's all I know. He is listen, I know he's a Tottenham player, but he is quality. I don't think I've ever, if I could have a Tottenham player of any generation of any time, Son would be it. Amazing. Thank you, Joe Willock. Woo! Ex-Gooner did his part today. What a well-taken goal. Tenacious, got stuck in there. All right, everyone, let's start getting your comments in and we'll talk about our game a little bit. But my goodness, Man City. This is, let me tell you, you can never, ever. When are we going to learn? Newcastle gave up, 11, 12 points in that season against Manchester United. Everyone called this, oh, it's over, it's over. No, it's not over. You know why? I got it right here. We all have to play each other. Everybody has to play each other. Tottenham won that game against City. They got United, Liverpool, us, and West Ham. West Ham have got Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Villa, City, us. Arsenal have got Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Villa, Man United, West Ham. It is not over by any stretch of the football imagination. No siree. 15 cup finals left. We've won 2. One with 10 men. And today, let's be honest, we should have blitzed that Brentford team 5-0, right? Let me take a deep breath. Ooh, it's going to be a long 15 games. Guys, what's the date? We're still in February. We've got to go till May. Oof. My heart, I'm not sure if my heart can take it. Let's brook it. Let's do it. Well said. Strife. Super Kev is out tonight. He'll be back Monday. But let me tell you, he sent me a message and he's like, brook it. Brock it, Soph. And when you can't brock it, cut it. And if you can't cut it, get Vinny out to smash it, like it, caress it, nut it, butt it, kiss it. Do all sorts of things to it. It's Saturday night. Where do we begin? I love it if we beat them. I love it. I'm telling you right now, you guys, there's a reason the North London derby has not been rescheduled yet. You know it's coming. You bloody know it's coming. And it will come. And it will be grandiose. And it will feel like an FA Cup, League Cup final. It's coming. I'm telling you right now, that is going to be the game. No matter what United do, even if it's like the battle for 5th, 4th, whatever, that North London derby is going to kill us all. I'm not saying the result's going to kill us. I'm just saying the approach to it, the whole thing of it will kill us. I'm late to say this, but just want to send... Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Great. Thank you, Static. I really appreciate that. Need to beat Wolves. I think the result will galvanize the scum. Temp Step says we'll have to do it ourselves. We do. Jean René. It's coming. Yep. 100%. We got we got Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Aston Villa, who faltered a little, but still. Man United, West Ham. I'm glad you see it now. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Yep. Antonio Conte, people. I'm not praising the spuds. Riddy, this show today is our post-game player rating show and also how the table is evolving. I'm giving the facts. I'm not praising anybody. And if you can't see that Kane and Son could drive Tottenham to 4th, I don't know what to say to you. Right? Don't take the jam out of my donut. I know. It's coming, Mr. Green Gegenpress. It's coming. Let's see. Who else is in the house? Archangel. Mark. Welcome. London derbies are never easy. No game is ever easy. If City had Kane, oh my gosh, totally. I need a drink too, Matty K. What are you serving? I would like a cocktail. And then we're going to age 20 years. Because now we're here, we want it so bad, right? Now we are here, we want it so bad. Mask Gunner, the man who came up with the idea of how can you find 3 good things the Cronkies have done. Welcome, Mask. Besides 3 points for them, that'll be a huge boost. Exactly, they're going to think they can do it now. They're going to think they can do it now. Through 251 of you in live chat. Hit that like button. If you love that the Hale End boys did the business today. You can't make this shit up. I mean, seriously. I know. Oh, come on. Now you're being silly. Come on, Riddy. I'm not going to put any more of your comments up if you just say stuff like that. He's not. There you go. Okay, Marlon's got it right. And everyone else in chat. Son is not overrated. I don't want to say that, but it's a ridiculous statement. What are you all saying, Chelsea? Did someone ask a question about that? Right. Do we think Foden is better than Saka? This season, I'm not sure. Last season, Foden had a great season. Saka, I thought, played better for England than Foden. Off the pitch, Saka's got a much better behaviour than Foden. I'd take Saka all day long. And that's not me looking through my rose-coloured glasses. All right, let's stop talking about that shit now. Fine. It's part of the narrative, Archangel. It's part of the narrative. Let's talk about our team. Let's go. What did you guys think about today's performance? For me, I thought it was a game we dominated. It was bad that we conceded that late goal at the very end. Well done, the midfield. You showed up, dominated. But let me tell you about this fella. I know it may be inappropriate to wolf whistle, but hello. How good is he? How good is he? And when you couple him, right, with the Hale End boys, it's a magnificent combination. These two guys. They went from this. Look at them. Oh my gosh. Let's wrap them up in bubble wrap. Let's keep them safe, everybody. These two kids. Emile Smith-Rowe coming off the bench, hasn't started, hadn't scored. Martinelli getting all the plaudits in the limelight, and he shows up today and pulls off a beautiful goal. Beautiful, beautiful goal. He wasn't, no, in the first half, I said too, he needs to shoot more. But if you don't think that he's controlling the game in the midfield, come on now, Archangel. Yes, I think this is why people criticize him, because they want him to shoot more, Jean-René. But like Prashant says, he is the real deal. So if you take Saka out of the team, it's a problem. If you take Ødegaard out of the team, it's a problem. If you take Emile Smith-Rowe out of the team, some people say, well, Martinelli can do the job. I mean, these players, Ødegaard, Emile Smith-Rowe, Saka, critical. Imagine if we had a striker, like a proper striker. He dropped off in the second half a little bit, but I think that's because I think we dropped off in general in the second half. I think we got a bit lazy. I felt like we thought the game was too easy, thought that we controlled the game. I believe that playing often is a good thing. Not playing often is a bad thing. Some people say, well, we're so well rested. We don't have Europe. We don't have this. We don't have that. I don't like having 9 days in between games when everyone is kind of staying match fit and being competitive. I really don't. Let's get some of your comments in. Matt, ESR has better finishing this year. He's really just such a beautiful player. And you could tell how much that goal meant to him and how his teammates reacted to it too. That was incredible. Play Martinelli in 9 instead of Laka. I'm willing to look at this now, Mark. Laka was... He felt desperate today. He felt like he was really trying a little bit too hard, wasn't he? And it didn't quite work for him. He's an exquisite talent, 100%, as a amazing energy and leadership too. And I liked today how he was shifting left foot, right foot. Amazing. So happy to see Nico back in the mix. I thought that he brought on good energy, actually, when he came on. He should have scored. Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Funny that VAR official today called off for a City penalty. Yeah, that handball. I thought that was a clear-cut handball. I'm not sure about the Ben White incident. I don't know if the Lacazette incident, because the ball kind of got away from the general play. You could argue about that. It seemed like he was crushed by 3 players, but the handball for me was definitely a handball. Aston, everyone runs with the ball. Ode passes it. We need them both. I think this left, ESR on the left, O in his central position. I think it works quite well. Consistent in terms of what, Craig? I just feel like I don't understand what the beef is with Ødegaard. Other than shooting and maybe scoring more goals, I think he is the real deal. You take him out of our team, I think we'll suffer. There's some talking points today I want to get to with you guys, right? Before we get to the player ratings. I really want to know this from you all. What did you guys make of Xhaka turning down the armband? I don't want to be negative about today because I think there's a lot of really good positives we can take from the performance. I think we beat a team we should have. We gave a team payback, completely different side to how we faced them earlier on in the first game of the season. They had the euphoria of coming up. It had been 70 years plus since they'd been in top flight football. We still had Kolasinac in the team. We had Balogun up front. We had a totally different side without our built-in new mentality. So I want to know what you guys thought of that moment, only because it's a fundamental talking point, I believe, in terms of maybe how Xhaka feels about the club, but also the disorganization in terms of if Laka comes off, who's getting the armband? That to me was the most glaring thing. The fact that Xhaka turned it down, in some regards, I'm like, okay, privately, I would respect you. Publicly, in front of your home fans, are you really doing that, dude? Just take it. Really. But my biggest concern is it felt like, who'd you give it to? Laka went, tried, no. Eddie had it, held on to it. And then eventually Tierney took it. Let's get some of your thoughts on it. Sunil, I think nothing about Xhaka not wanting the armband. Just move. People, anyways, don't want him to be the captain. Yes, of course. I didn't care. He's leaving in the summer. But why was he given it, James? That's the point. Why even give it to him? Prashant, I have no issues with Xhaka turning the armband down since now there'll be someone else who will get it. Johnny Boy says, forget the armband nonsense. Fair play to Xhaka. Good performance. This whole captaincy thing at the Arsenal is ridiculous. I think this is indicative of ill planning. And I think that was embarrassing. I think, you know what? You know how I feel about Arteta? I think what Xhaka did embarrassed the manager who stood behind him. Don't do that. And I agree. Arteta, there should have been a plan for this. Eddie shouldn't even be having it, W. Zez, it's not the first time he's given the armband. Usually Laka gives it. Yeah, but he refused it. That's the point. who refuses the Arsenal armband. Yeah. And it was embarrassing for Eddie. I mean, seriously, he put Eddie in a difficult position. He made his manager look like a fool. Lacazette was like, what's going on? That is not cool. In a time where we're positive, we're winning the game, we're on the march, we're top 4, potential here. Just give it to Odegaard. I agree with you. Or just have given it to Tierney. Have a better plan in place. Eddie should have given it to KT. Eddie should have stayed as captain and might have made him score. I don't think so. Yes, Kevin. Agree with you wholeheartedly, mate. It's crazy. Guess Arteta's non-negotiables are fluid. Player fluid. We got gender fluid. We got player fluid. Name blocked. We got it all. Jerky. It's the curse of the... Yeah. We did a show on this a few months ago. The curse of the armband at the Emirates. It's real. Gabriel should be captain. I can't say it louder. Very embarrassing. I thought so too. At home. This serves Arteta well. Yes. You know what? Let this be a lesson to you. Arteta's handled some things great, some things not. But this guy, you put all your money in him, all your stock in him. And I think he embarrassed you today. And I think he sent a clear message. I love that Tierney took it too. It was like one of those moments where just give it to me. Constantly embarrasses the club, Racco, and constantly gets picked. What if Tierney was second captain and Eddie didn't know it? Shame! Game of Thrones, when Cersei goes through the streets. Shame, shame, shame. Come on. These are the bits that we've gotten in order and yet haven't gotten in order. You know what I mean? We need to make sure of that. Right. I think we all agree it was a bit embarrassing. And I don't think Xhaka had to do that on the pitch. I killed Aubameyang for showing up late for the North London derby and not warming down. You're actually on a pitch. You threw your shirt down and I defended you. And now you're being given the armband in a game and you're refusing it. If I was in my job and my boss came to me and said to me, here's the mic, you got to talk to these people now for this presentation. And I said, no, don't fancy it. Not doing it. How do you think that will go down? Xhaka knew better than to take the armband. It was the right decision. He's not the captain. I disagree. Come on, Sophie. If he takes it, the fan base will boo. Excuse me. He has been made captain several times since the shirt incident. This is ridiculous. This is turning into negative podcast, Sophie. Come in. Oh, come on, Sunil. Really? Really? Embarrassing that we are talking about this. You think it's embarrassing. How old are you guys? To be captain of Arsenal Football Club is a very important thing. When you are playing at home and a player comes off who is the captain and there's this ridiculous hot potato process of passing the captain's armband around, it may not be important to you, but it's important to me. And don't say that it's negative. I'm pretty sure Mikel Arteta wasn't happy about that either. Thank you, Craig. Ridiculous. Right, let's get into the game. If you guys just want to come on and talk about like, oh, life's rosy and whatever, we're getting to the game. But the point is, this is a big talking subject and a big talking moment. In my opinion, as an Arsenal fan, I don't want the armband tossed around like no one wants it. And I don't want it tossed around like no one knows what to do with it. If you talk about having a leadership group, who are the leaders? Do the right thing. Don't look like assholes in front of the world when the game's being beamed across how many countries. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What isn't ridiculous at all are these guys and this guy. And any excuse whatsoever for me, as you know, to bring out one of my favourite Arsenal player pictures of all time. This guy. Brentford are poor. They're not great. But we won, and we had to win. And when you look at what's happened in the Tottenham game, Manchester United, West Ham today, it was absolutely a big moment for us to win this game. We've won 2 of our 17 cup finals. 2 of our 17 cup finals. And this performance today was incredible from Emile Smith-Rowe, especially for me. Any excuse to bring up this picture too. Because he hasn't started. He's been playing second fiddle to Martinelli. He's had to come off the bench. And he has, I thought, performed brilliantly in the first half. And gets his goal in the second half. And him and Saka and Odegaard were just absolutely brilliant. I agree with you. Try talking to Tony Adams about the armband. Yeah, I'm not going to get sucked into this conversation about being negative or it's irrelevant. It might be irrelevant to you guys. It's not irrelevant to me, and we're just going to leave it at that. That's not the point. The point is the confusion, 33-fivers. Right? But we're not going to make the show about that. I'm not sure Gabriel is the right captain. Odegaard, for me, is the captain. He's captain of Norway. He is and has been for a while. He's a total leader. He is the orchestra conductor. Call him what you want. He's absolutely brilliant. So why don't we start going through the player ratings together as a team, as a group ourselves? Let's hug each other, whether we agree or disagree about the captain armband situation. And by the way, what does Vinny look like? Right there. Yeah, hit the like button. Absolutely brilliant. Aaron Ramsdale. What is your take on Aaron Ramsdale? Today's game. Didn't have to do much, really, did he? Odegaard, come on, Sophie, Jesus Christ, lady. Who are you calling a lady? Aaron. Why does everything have to end in a lady? What do you mean? You don't think Odegaard's a leader? What is wrong with people? Why don't you get Odegaard? Gabriel might not be... I would rather Gabriel focus on his football right now. He's not been a captain, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. To me, Odegaard, Ben White, they're captain material. I don't understand this negativity towards Odegaard being captain. Kieran can be captain 100%. I just don't understand why people don't think Odegaard... He leads Haaland at international level. Get over yourselves. Exactly. Can be too hot-headed, Crusader. Very well said. Ashburton says, KT, a nice choice. Odegaard and Ramsdale showed leadership qualities too. They always do. Tierney, KT, yeah, 100%. But right now, I just think that, you know, Odegaard's the best choice. I'm not sure. I love Rambo, and I think he's a really, really great leader. But I don't like goalkeepers being captains. I know people are going to say, well, what about Buffon and stuff and Czech and whatever? But no, I don't get it. Hugs to everybody. Yes. Ramsdale did not have much to do. Must be gutted he did not get a clean sheet. Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer at the end, wasn't it? Marscanner said 7. I actually agree with you, says Wesbird. That's lovely. Archangel said a solid 7. A 6. His throw resulted partly in that play for the second goal, didn't it? 5.5, 6. I mean, he really didn't have to do too much. Don't care about Norway. This is Arsenal. Oh, really? So you don't care about people captaining their international side and taking on that responsibility and having all the responsibilities on and off the pitch for what it means to be captain of that side. Really? Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. Poor distribution, really. Solid. All right, 7, 7, 6s, 6s for Rambo. Let's be honest, he didn't really have much to do today. Let's move swiftly along. Cedric, what say you guys about Cedric? I think once again he came in, he did his job. I like the fact that Arteta did not play Tomiyasu. I think that we need to wait. He's too important. We still have 15 games to go. And I like that he didn't take a risk. I think he learned from that Liverpool League Cup final, rushing him back when he didn't really have to come back. And I think Cedric has done brilliantly in his last two games. He's done his job. He's been professional. I think he's done well going forward. I think he's done well defensively. And against the Brentford team, let's be honest, that have regressed in their form, I think he did a good job. Andrew says 6, Martin. We got 7s. We got 6s. We got 7s. 7. 7. It's like that scene from Friends. 7, 7, 7. Cedric had some lovely interplay passes with Saka and Odegaard. I completely agree with you, Prashant. I thought, especially in the first half, they had a lovely flow, connected well. Communication was really good. And I think that the speed of which they played together was very important today too. Lots of good movement as well. Let's see, Vivek. So Haaland, the Norwegian, is world-class, but Odegaard, his captain, is not. Bonkers. Well said. Cedric 6, Cedric 7, Cedric 7. All right, I think we're all happy with Cedric's performance. Let's see, Ben White. May I say that Benjamin White, I thought, especially in the first half. Listen, if you can't appreciate his passing at this point, I don't know what to say to you. I think that he has... This is why sometimes I say if we're really stuck in a pickle in midfield, he could play in that position because his distribution is quality. And I have to say, if Harry Maguire is on the plane to Qatar before Ben White, then there is no rational reasoning in football. He is Mr. Suave, Mr. Cool, and I'm not talking about his highlights and his tattoos. I think that he is composed. He's come under a tremendous amount of pressure. And I think, like Riddy says, he's been solid. 7, 7, 7.5, 7.5, 8.5. Another great game, 7.5, 7. Yeah, solid. Absolutely good. I thought his distribution in the first half especially was good. And sometimes when the ball seems lost, I think that Benjamin carries the ball well and never gives up on it. And today, in my opinion, I thought he was better than Gabriel. I thought that he, 2 matches in a row. Well said, Christoph. Steady, steady, steady. Benny Blanco, 7, good going forward. 7s and 8s and 8s. I love it. I love the love. Ben White was well wicked today. Good tackling, good marking, wicked passing. I agree with you, Rago. Totally. No thanks, love face. Not sure what that means. 50 million, yeah. I mean, I think we all agree, right, that he deserves to be on the plane a lot more than Harry Maguire. 422 of you in live chat right now. Caress that like button if you enjoyed Ben White's performance and if you love the Hale End boys. Why not, right? Let's get to... Who shall we go to next? Gabriel. What do you guys think of Gabriel? I think he's been brilliant this season. I think he's been a saviour. I love his tenacity. I love his fight, his drive. I didn't think today was his best game, but I also didn't think that he had to do too much. Again, the two of them together are forming a really good partnership. You can see the cohesiveness is kicking in. I think they know when one's going forward, one's going back. Gabriel protects Benjamin when he wants to go forward a little bit, carry the ball and pass the ball. But today, often on days when Gabriel is better than Benjamin, I thought today he had a good game, but not as good of a game as Benjamin White. So, yeah, solid, absolutely solid. This guy is fast becoming, so far, a cult hero. If he stays at the club for years to come, I think he has the opportunity to really become, I say this loosely, a legend, but there's something about him that we just love. And I think it's because he's got that attitude. You know, he's always going to work hard. He's always going to try hard. So, yeah. Kieran Tierney, boys and girls. Kieran Tierney. What do we think of Kieran Tierney? I think Kieran Tierney had... Yeah, I agree. Going back a little bit, he does have to curb that. Wesbird, I agree with you a little bit. And James Johnson, solid 7. Gabriel, silly tackle near the end. Yeah, exactly. He's got to cut that stuff out. He's got to show a little bit more maturity. KT, 7.5. 6.5. A 6. 7.57. I thought KT did a good job today. Again, I just think that when it's hard for him because he gets in great positions. A lot of people wanted to see how he was going to play with Emil Smith-Rowe. I thought that worked quite well. Again, I think that when you don't have a prolific forward in the box and you're passing the ball in, it looks on you that you're putting in bad crosses. Whereas really, he doesn't put in too many bad crosses. It's because there's no one on the end of those crosses. I thought that he was involved today. And I think he could have had a goal, but was it Xhaka? I think it was Xhaka. I thought that he was solid today. 7.5s. And in a moment of madness, he took the armband and once again showed leadership. Absolutely, Lucas. Bravo, Efharisto Barabuli. Thank you. 10 for taking the armband. Absolutely. KT, my captain. He needs a big man. Imagine if Vlahovic had signed for us. He was never going to, and I'm not saying that. But with Kieran Tierney's crosses, imagine having a target man. Imagine even if Giroud was up front. Because a lot of those balls just can't always go to feet. When you're crossing the ball, sometimes it's just going to go up in the air. And we do not have that at all. How about this guy? Were you guys partying today with Thomas Partey? I thought the midfield did really good today. I thought Brentford were weak across the board. I'm so bummed that we let that goal in at the end, to be honest with you. And I thought the midfield dominated. I don't think that they were too... Thank you, Puds. I don't think that we were tested that much in midfield, to be quite honest. Those tests are going to come in games, that Wolves are going to want revenge on us a little bit. We've got Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Villa, Man United, West Ham coming. We're going to see a lot of battles that are going to be required to win in midfield. And that's when we're going to really need the Thomas Partey party. I thought some of his touches today were lovely. He went beyond players, went on a little bit of a run and took a shot that went wide. Natch. But I thought it was a good bounce back game for him. Wolves game and this game after the red card and that disappointment when he came back from AFCON as well. For me, Partey was man of the match, says Simi. Wow. Thomas Work even gets a 7. Thomas was good. A few close ones. 8. Yeah, Giroud would love to play with KT. Partey 8. I liked how he held up the ball, says Puds, until Saka got back on side. Very smart play. And I agree, JJ. He won his duels as well. 8 for Taib's Burger. Lovely. Is Thomas Partey a medallion man during matches? What does that mean from the Spurs fan? Oh, Ethelston shows up today. Wasn't here a few days ago when Spurs lost, but he shows up today, eh? I wonder why. Lucas says Thomas Partey shut down the middle of the park, had some awesome tackles. Yeah, he had a good game today, and let's be honest, they deserve a hug. I know this is his old shirt, but they deserve a hug from the manager today. Absolutely. They bossed it, and they should have. And these are the games where we want our midfield dominating, and we want to win that way through domination. What about this guy? I love him. I love it. I want it. Whatever the Billy Ray Cyrus song is. Swedish Gooner, you didn't miss too much. Some people didn't want to talk about the captain armband thing. We've credited most of the teams so far. We said that top 4 isn't over quite yet. We couldn't believe Man City allowed that to happen, but they are. They're Tottenham's their bogey team, so that's kind of how that has gone thus far. An 8 drew the player out by his nice run. Let's talk about this, him shooting more a little bit. You know how we used to kind of overpass under Wenger back in the day, and that used to really frustrate a lot of us and annoy us? I'd like Odegaard to shoot more, for sure. That is the part of the game that I want him to become a little bit more selfish about, because he's such a team player. He wants to integrate everybody, spreads the ball around beautifully. He was playing. I mean, he was all over the pitch today. And I just think that his quality is something that brings a uniqueness and an X factor to this Arsenal football team. If I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, of course, like losing Ramsdale or Ben White, or Gabriel would be hard. Saka, losing Odegaard, I think he's the engine now. He's developed as that nucleus, the starting. When you put your key in the engine and turn it, that's him. He turns it on. Hopefully, he'll continue to turn it on. First half was brilliant. Agree with you, Zander. A baller. 7 for Odegaard. Should have scored. 1 in the second half. Very limp finish. Yes, he's a saucy footballer with a bit of a limp finish. Totally agree, Sophie, in my humble but accurate opinion. Yes, well said. Well said. I get you. Tongue in cheek there. Odegaard improving. He's like a Bentley. Yeah, a Bentley Mulsanne. Is that a version of a Bentley I don't know about? Skill in the first half. When Kleb came into the side, we became an overpassing team. Give Xhaka some stick for refusing the armband. I did, and I got in trouble a little bit. Orchestrates everything. 8s, 9s. Majestic, says Mark. Had a great chance. A baller. Great points today. Xhaka should be sold in the summer. Absolutely. I'm so over it. And I've defended that guy. I even got a picture with him and loved meeting him here and understood why he was made captain at the time. But enough water under the bridge. At some point, you've got to cut the cord and say, no more. I'm breaking up with you. And that's what we need to do with Granit Xhaka. Man of the match for Trevor. He's the engine oil that makes the engine purr. Yes. Benny says man of the match. Oh, it's an SUV. What? Am I living in the dark ages? Bentley have done an SUV. What is happening in the world? Crikey. That's crazy. All right. How about, should we do these two together? Why not? Do you want to do, just so I can put this up again and this? Should we just do them together? I thought they were great today. I thought Saka grew into the game. I thought Emile Smith-Rowe just had a great game. And I just think that the love for the club, the Hale End part of it, all of it is just magic. I love it when they play together. They bounced off each other. I thought these two together with Odegaard just controlled, especially the first half. 9s all the way. 9s, Saka, ESR 8.5. Here we go. Only the rich know about the Bentley model. Well, you don't know about someone's wealth, though, do you? Just not into cars. We're back. We're back. Picked up Gunnar. Good. You found him. You managed to... Did he escape from the 12 pins, Jenny? That's a good sign. Very good sign. Yeah, I love these guys. I mean, they just do a great job. What else is there to say? Hail the Hale End boys. Absolutely brilliant. They put the team on their backs and they show leadership where the senior players should. And at times when we don't have that leadership, they really shine through. We keep saying how much can we rely on them? How much endurance do they have? Can they keep going? They keep going. They keep striving. And they're back to scoring ways. And to see the two of them score today was absolutely magic. And we need to protect these guys. We need to build around them. We need to show them that we're building around them. We need to bring in players to allow us this opportunity to capture this golden era at the Arsenal with these young, beautiful players who are just majestic on and off the pitch. Someone asked me at the beginning of the show, is Foden better than Saka? I would take Saka over Foden every day of the week. Why? Maybe talent-wise, Foden has a little bit more, but composure-wise, I think maturity-wise, off-the-pitch behavior-wise, the lack of the bright lights with money and fame-wise, I would take Saka all day long. And the same goes with Emile Smith-Rowe. Look at what Pep's had to deal with Jack Grealish and Foden this season. Jack Grealish on a couple of occasions this season. These guys are really into their football. They care about their football. They've been together since, they were pretty much in strollers, as you can see from this picture. And to have them at the club, this is a once in a generation opportunity, a once in a lifetime opportunity for the Arsenal Football Club. And we have to capitalize on it. And when you add Martinelli into the mix as well, and having this passion and this fight and these young players coming through, I think we need to make sure that in the summer we do the right thing and we continue to build on it transfer window after transfer window, because they've got it. And whatever that it is, you can't put your finger on it sometimes. It's special. All right, who is next? We know we love Lacazette because everyone loves him, right? We need a striker, you guys. Can you imagine if we had a prolific striker? I can hear you, Laka. We've heard you. We love you. We did Benjamin Jenny. He got very high marks, by the way. One of the men's of the match. I think the Laka, we've defended him on the show. I've said he's at Bobby Firmino. Unfortunately, doesn't get as many goals as Bobby Firmino. He's trying too hard. He's lost a bit of confidence. But still, his hold-up play today was good. He allowed others to do other things. He took defenders with him. He opened up spaces. He opened up the channels from the middle, from the flanks. He works really, really hard. The difference between Oba and Laka is that when Oba didn't have his pace or he wasn't scoring goals, what did he really offer to the team? When Lacazette isn't scoring goals, he's still offering something to the team. But he can't find a goal with a map and a compass right now. Even if you elevated that to a GPS system for him, he cannot find a goal. And unfortunately, at this point in the season, when we're fighting for fourth, we need goals. And we can't, even though we rely on Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe and Martinelli and Odegaard, we need someone to come in. Eddie Nketiah ain't that, by the way. I like Pepe's energy when he came on. But as much as Lacazette does good things, we need a goal scorer to come on. Sophie, next tactical squad, I will speak more in depth about Lacazette. He's worrying me. Fine. Look forward to that next week. Absolutely brilliant. No prolific striker is going to come back and bite us. Laka earns a 5 at least. His work ethic is superb. Completely agree. I abstain. I don't want Casey to yell at me. Don't worry, Mr. Waffles. I will not grass you up. Okay, I promise. I will not grass you up. His hold-up play is superb. And Oba wasn't able to do that. 6-7. But we need goals, you guys. There's 15 games left. 15 cup finals. Goals have got to come from different spots if we don't have that striker who's able to do it. But I like the fact that Arteta gave Pepe a chance to come on today. This is a bit harsh, isn't it? I mean, I'm tired. It's been a long week. I just did a 2-hour show on TalkSport as well. This made me chuckle. He did have an assist. He did. Well said, Arnie. Tell him. Hit that like button. Kiss it, caress it, love it if you still think we're going to finish top 4. Or if you just love the show. And if you don't love the show, let me know why and we'll still be friends. All good here. 400 plus of you in love. I know, Navari. Let's not talk about that. I got told off for honing in a little bit too much on that match at the beginning of the show. Psst. Throw away the key on that one. Okay. I think that's everybody now. Let's see. How did Pepe do when he came on, guys? Let's talk about that for just a quick sec, shall we? He's a polarizing figure. Some people love him. Some people don't. I thought that he did a pretty good job. I thought he came on with a lot of energy. I thought that he made a good effort. I think he tried hard. He hasn't started for the team in a very long time. He had a decent African Cup of Nations. And in the end, I think that he did pretty good, considering the amount of time he had to come on to play. He looked bright, 70. Only 50% hitting the like button. That's worse than Lacazette's goal ratio, isn't it? Let's be honest with you. Let's get your comments up about Pepe because I'm really interested. 6.5, his attitude was right today. He was lively, says Aaron. Mikey says, love Pepe. Showed he still wants to fight for the squad. I agree. Pepe was quality, lots of energy, brings another dimension. Listen, he could be that, you know, when people say that cliche, oh, it's like having an extra signing. When we can't get goals, this guy could have a difference coming off the bench. He could be super sub, super Pepe, the sub. Yeah. And I liked how there was an interchangeable part, you know, switching and stuff like that. Soph, hello. You like Pepe? Pepe did all right, says Leo. 6. Let's see. New energy. Yes, new signing. Well said, K Marlon. You guys are taking the words right out of my mouth. He looked bright. Saka and him swapped wings, which he preferred. Still a good option. Pepe was good, says Swedish Guna. I think he's due for a few more minutes. There's a lot of football to be played, guys. We don't know what's going to happen. Injuries. Hopefully no red cards, no sendings off. It was Vinny. It was Vinny. Yeah, that was Vinny. I want to do some stats. We had 24 shots on goal. Today they had 6. 8 shots on target of those 24. They had 2. We had 68% possession. 563 passes to their 282. 85% pass accuracy. We gave away 10 fouls. And I think that came from being kicked around and not getting some decisions go our way. I do believe that the handball was a penalty. I think you could argue about the Lacazette one, but the Ben White one for me was not. So I think our players kind of lashed out a little bit, and rightly so, just frustrated about the decisions. Once again, the refereeing, there was an issue in the Everton game. I had to watch a few games today. Romeu, you could say, was a penalty too. And across the board, the Premier League just have to get better at this. And we'll have the ref back on in a couple of weeks to talk about this kind of stuff as well. 2 offsides for them, 1 for us. We had 14 corners today. 14. That's crazy. You had well done, Matt. Well done. Well predicted. I did not. I had a 4-2. Kev had a 3-1. I think James had a 3-0, and I can't remember what Josh was, but you guys can correct me. Stats can be misleading. They're facts. Stats are facts. But yeah, you could have 90% possession like Barcelona did in that Champions League match against Chelsea and lose. Stats don't mean everything all the time, but I do like to read them to you like a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a club called Arsenal. They played Brentford. They did so well. They dominated the game. They had 14 corners, of which none resulted in a goal. The end. Right. How about Mikel Arteta today? What is the gaffer's mark? You know what? We're still up there. I think that the team is kind of picking itself right now. As long as the team is together and happy, he seems to be doing a good job managing the process, as some fans are loving, trusting the process. I think he'll be happy with this result. I thought we were businesslike. We were professional. And I think that overall, he did a decent job. He gets a 7 for me, a solid 7. We are in with a shout of finishing top 4. We've got games in hand. And tomorrow, let's hope Leeds United can school Manchester United and do us a favour, because Manchester City kind of shat the bed today. They were like the 15-year-old that still wets the bed. Unexpected. Where did that come from? But it happened. And sometimes it happens, right? Hit that like button. Tell us what you think about the show. If you're listening on replay, and many of you will be, have your voice heard in our kind community. Have your voice heard in our football democracy. There are no super chats on the Highbury squad. I tried to put as many comments up. Get your feedback. 7 sevens. What? Officials big fat 0. Why don't we just do that for every game, Mikey? I mean, you know, it just gets worse and worse really as each week goes, doesn't it? 8s and 8s. If you're watching the big fight tonight, enjoy it. 8 for the best looking Spaniard I know. Jenny, really? He kind of looks like what's that show? Not the Munsters, the Addams Family. He looks like that dude from the Addams. His hair's too like that, you know? You should grow fringe like me. That's it. Come on, Leeds. Thank you. Mask Gunner, I get a 10. How many marks for Sophie? Let's see. Super Kev will be back on Monday. We'll have Monday Madness. We will go through everything, some new subjects for you. We've got an Inside the Dressing Room coming up with a top tier player. You won't want to miss that. We have Kevin Says returning next week as well. I'm getting a 9, an 11, a 100, a 10 out of 10. I love this. Thanks. Thank you, everybody. I was fishing for that, wasn't I? I love you guys very, very much. Here's what happened today. We won. We got 3 points. We march on. We got games in hand. We've got to keep focused and laser focused on what we're doing. We can't be focused on what everyone else around us is doing, but we will keep our eyes on it. We'll be talking to Super Kev about what's happening around the table on Monday night. We'll have our top 5 talking points and the Arsenal march on. We got Wolves next week. Come on, you Gunners. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Big 10s for 4 a.m. start, 2 shows, top performance. Thank you so much. I have been up since 4 o'clock in the morning because I had to watch the Newcastle West Ham game today. Well done, Newcastle, by the way. Round of applause for the Magpies. We may not like their owners, but we like the fact that they were able to scrape a point today. You guys rock. And listen, take care. Enjoy your weekend. And cheer for Leeds tomorrow. And in the meantime, I will see you on Monday. I'm off to have a little bit of a drinky poo. Maybe a dirty slice of pizza. Ooh, I might even order a dirty kebab. Come on, you Gunners. Well done, the lads. Get in!
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.